this weather. Currently 24 degrees. The Collingwood players are on the ground, not to play at this stage, just to reconnoitre. It's pretty hot, as I say, virtually summer conditions. They got a hostile reception when they came out. And I suppose talking about this game, it's very much about attitude. I saw Footscray yesterday. They came out determined to shape the composition of the final six. They did that. They defeated North Melbourne at the MCG by 12 points. And I guess Geelong are hoping for a similar attitude as far as Footscray were concerned. They want to see it from Collingwood today, of course. If Collingwood can win this, then Geelong will make this six. As far as the Crows are concerned, well, all they have to do is win. I think they'll do that too. Their running players have been terrific, particularly at home this season. McGuinness, McDermott, Jarman, Tregenza, Bickley. They've all had very good seasons. Modra up forward. I guess Modra's situation would be complemented by Rocker at the other end. Those two players, both young, outstanding full forwards. It really promises a lot, this game. Of course, the season on the line for Adelaide. Collingwood all about pride. I think the Crows will win it. Drew?
Thank you, Dennis. And many network stations taking a live coverage of that game from Adelaide.
It's well underway. Let's take a look at some highlights of the first quarter. Here's Peter Satori for Fitzroy. On to Jimmy Wind, just outside the 50. Not a bad sort of a kick from a little bloke, and it sails over their heads through for a goal. Great kick by Wind. Now Dundas in the middle. Alistair Lynch on a wide lead. He'll just about be their best and fairest this year. Lynch going for goal. And kicks it. Cowell. And now it's Glenn Lovett for Melbourne. Steams inside the 50 and kicks a goal for the Demons. And after amazingly kicking 8 goals but being dropped last week, Wheeldon kicks a goal. And now Jakovic in the goal square gets a goal. The Lions on the run. Bizotto into Armstrong. Down he goes. Broderick near the centre of the ground. Alistair Lynch on the forward line takes the mark. And Lynch kicks the goal. Brisbaneites might be envious of Melbourne's weather. That's McGregor. Matthews for Fitzroy.
And what a finish. Adelaide, of course, controlling their own destiny here this afternoon. If they win, they'll play in the finals for the first time ever. Collingwood can't make it. They were knocked out. Well, literally knocked out on Friday. Of course, they weren't playing in that game. But if the Magpies can win today, Geelong will make the six. Some irony there. Now, the Crows have never beaten Collingwood, but then again, they've lost only one game at home this season. The record favours the Magpies 4-0. Bear in mind, they've lost by 5 points a couple of times, Adelaide against Collingwood. Back in round 7 at Victoria Park, Collingwood defeated Adelaide by 25 points. As we say good afternoon to Gerard Hilly. It's certainly happening here this afternoon.
Defensive weaknesses, and Stephen Rowe has also been dropped. Randall Bones back in the side, missing with concussion last week, and he could possibly start at centre-half forward. Collingwood, of course, well, the king of movement is back in. I guess as much for his leadership as anything that he will do with the ball. They match up quite well against the Crows. Collingwood, McGuan should take McDermott, Fraser perhaps Tregenza, and don't be surprised to see Watson or Gavin Brown on Modra with Pert playing up the ground.
Well, we've got to say it's a summer's day. What about the format in terms of the run home? That final round starting next week. As you can see, locked in Essendon and Carlton in the qualifying final. North Melbourne waiting to see who they play. It should be West Coast or Geelong, and then down to the first elimination final. Hawthorn have won. I'd suggest they will play in that against either West Coast or Adelaide. But the picture's still unclear. What a terrific finish. We've come down to the wire. This game, the last game of the season, to decide it all in terms of just what will happen, apart from those top 3. It's Adelaide against Collingwood. Now, we've all heard about quotes coming back to haunt us. How's this? Back to 1991, and Malcolm Blight had this to say.
Next week, of course, Malcolm down at Cardinia Park, Collingwood. That, at least for Collingwood, is going to be, well, something more than a final, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose there's nothing like playing Collingwood in the last game of the year to bugger up their chances, is there?
He had a sense of humour. I wonder if he's feeling that way today. A very big day for Geelong as they watch this unfold. It's Adelaide and Collingwood set to go here at Football Park. We'll be back with all of the action right after this.
It's the name of the game.
Play Monopoly at McDonald's. Get your game card, scratch 3 game pieces, and match the property group to win a Continental Holidays family trip to Disneyland, flying Continental Airlines. Or you could win instantly.
Who's back time?
It's a pink lady and she hasn't got any clothes on and she was sort of like a pink lady and she had all these drapes coming down. Yes, she's leaning back on this pole, which is the lamp.
Hi, want to get the latest college caps from the USA? Food Plus got them, and you can get one for just $6.95 with every $5 purchase. Make it a great season and collect all 6 designs. Look, there's UNLV, Yale, Georgetown, UCLA, Michigan, and American. 6 great authentic collegiate designs to choose from. Only at your Food Plus store and only for $6.95 with every $5 purchase. From Food Plus, the store with more.
It's a great day to be out on the road, but it could easily become the worst day of your life. You can't change the situation, but how would you like a second chance to choose your tires?
Can tires make a difference?
Good you can. If it only saves you once a year, it's a good year.
Well, this match is a sellout, and it's being seen live right here in Adelaide. As a result, one man who needs no introduction. Max Stevens down on the boundary with the Mitsubishi Motors ground report. Good afternoon, Max.
Good afternoon, Dennis. Beautiful conditions here in Adelaide. We've had glorious weather over the last couple of days, and no exception today as we have a look at the wind first up, 5Ks. It's a slight breeze blowing right to left of screen, favouring the outer pocket. Goal advantage, maybe 1 goal. Ground condition, it is in excellent condition. The forecast, fine and warm. Expected top 24. Well, we're already past that. It's currently 25 degrees. Humidity 30%, Dennis.
Okay, Max, who do you like this afternoon?
Well, I'm going to definitely go for Adelaide, make or break. It's going to be 3-something. I'm not going to say 3 goals or 3 points, Dennis, but Adelaide is definitely my bet today.
You've had a dream, have you?
I've had a vision.
Okay, joining us up here in the commentary position, Ian Robertson. And Ian, who do you like this afternoon?
Well, I'm tipping Adelaide too, Dennis. I think that the fans here at Football Park will carry them to a victory. And if anyone's looking for me in Melbourne, I'm over here in Adelaide as the first interchange player. Sandy Roberts, unfortunately, sick.
Yeah, it's been a rough day. So we're set to go.
I see Gavin Brown is heading down towards the goal square, as is Gary Pert. But Brown will pick up Modra, I would think, and Pert is going to pick up Nigel Smart. So a 2-pronged attack for the Crows up in their goal square.
And Gerard, what about a selection from you?
Well, I think Collingwood match up terrifically well against the Crows. It'll be tight, but Adelaide in a close one.
Bright sunny day, almost like a summer's day. A bit happening around the ground too. There's the bounce, and away we go. Collingwood work it forward. Starcevic pumps it down towards centre half forward. Lee boots it towards the outer side, and this is Woods.
Interestingly, Dennis Severio Rocker took that first knockout for Collingwood, playing in the ruck.
He's up the ground. Here he is again. Obviously trying to just unsettle, unbalance the Adelaide defence. Monkhorst is down at full forward at the present time. And now 50 metres against Wiedemann. So Rocker, who started on the ball, finds himself in familiar territory now. He'll kick from about 35 metres out directly in front. 69 goals for the season. A man mountain, just 19 years of age. Severio Rocker then. There's a few standing on the mark. A few jousting down the ground. And Rocker kicks the goal. First blood to the Magpies.
Didn't quite see what that 50-metre penalty was for, Gerard, but it's helped Collingwood get off to the start that they would have desired, I would think.
Yes, getting early goals in interstate matches for the Victorian sides is most important, trying to keep a hush on the ground. A couple of early matchups. McGuan has picked up Jarman. Francis is playing one out against McGuinness. And Tony Shaw, the king of Moomba, is in the middle and he's picking up McDermott. And there's the interchange players for Collingwood, Morwood and Kent Butcher. Butcher in for only his 4th game of the season and his career. So this will be a wonderful experience for him out at Football Park.
You said he was the king of Moomba. I'd rather call him Anthony Antagonist. Tony Shaw.
His verbal skills as good as his handball.
My golly, was right at it before that first bounce. There's Rocker again, and he bashes it to centre half forward. Starcevic up high, can't control it. Out comes Tasker. Tasker's kick towards left half forward, and a good mark taken by Liptak. And the crowd has come to life. Another 50-metre penalty. It's going to the Crows, and all of a sudden Liptak pulls up to within 20 metres of goal. Not short of a bit of exuberance, Dennis, here at Football Park, are they, Crow fans?
They get really involved, don't they?
Oh, dear. Here goes Liptak. Shooting from 20 metres. Oh, I think he's offline. He's missed. And I wonder whether that's a sign of these critical situation nerves.
Liptak, of course, is the Crows' second highest goal kicker with only 21, well behind Modra, of course.
Very much about pride this afternoon for the Magpies. They've got plenty of that. Grandstand side. Kelly missed it. Fraser feeds it off. This is McGuan. Goes down towards left half forward. Nice kick. Going back down there was Russell. Missed it. Adelaide through Bickley come away then. This is Wren. Forward of right half back with some time. Francis belatedly just bounced off Wren. Ball down towards half forward. Smart went hard at that one. Couldn't hang on and the ball is out of bounds in the shadows of this stand. And already the tension etched on one face. A long way to go. And the Crows have come a long way this season. Thrown in. Rocker held by the arm. Perhaps could have got a free kick. Kerrison scrambles it forward. Wiedemann didn't have the ball. Jarman's got it and in trouble. Wiedemann will get the free.
Umpire Rowan Saws and umpire Grant Vernon officiating. The kick in towards the right forward pocket. Modra jumped too high and he had his hands right in the middle of his opponent's back there, and Gary Pert looks as though he may be the recipient of that free kick in the left back pocket for the Magpies. Just looking around the ground, maybe the players have settled down a little bit now after a couple of minutes played. Pert's kick goes out towards the wing and a good strong mark taken by Rocker. Handball away. Francis. The left foot kick by that player goes to the half-forward area. No mark taken. Chance here for Visca, and he thumps it back towards half-forward for the Crows. Up was Wiedemann, couldn't control the football. In there is Watson for Collingwood. Still there to be one. Kerrison is underneath the pack, and Kerrison will receive the free kick to tackle a little too high. Shane Kerrison at left half-back. Short passes on. Watson's made good position and takes a safe chest mark. Bone just a little late on the scene.
Watson has had a fine season. Goes down towards left half forward. Starcevic was up. Twisted away by Pittman out of bounds.
A couple of the other matchups, Dennis. Jamison is picking up Starcevic on the half forward line. Half back line for the Crows, of course. Bickley is on Russell, and Russell playing at half forward for Collingwood.
McGuinness, high kick towards the wing. Bone from behind. Liptak onto the loose ball. It's loose again. Now he's got problems. Liptak taken. And he didn't have it according to the umpire. He's got the free. Forward of the wing. Chips for space. Anderson runs down the ground. Pert left it behind. Anderson needs support. Spots Wiedemann. Wiedemann spills it. Some nerves and evidence here for the Crows. Liptak slides in. Loose ball. Shaw over the top. And the umpire has no alternative but to come in and bounce it down.
Yes, and on the wings, Richardson, Alan Richardson for Collingwood's picking up the dangerous Tregenza, who's had a fine season. And Mark Fraser is picking up Anderson.
55 metres from the Crows' goal. Tony Shaw collects it. Short pass, not bad. Nearly the mark paid to Russell. And that's the way the umpire sees it. Scotty Russell, important player around the middle of the ground for the Magpies. Handball away. Fraser, who's pretty quick. He'll need to be. Short kick. Looks for Tony Shaw. No. It's not Shaw. It's Richardson caught with the football, and the free kick will go to McDermott.
Put percentage handball there from Russell, particularly early in a big game like this. Just a long kick. Less possessions, the better.
McDermott deep, and the mark is held down there by Wigney at the second attempt.
Yes, well, Wigney, of course, was named at full back, but on the grass team is lined up in the forward line, as he did so well against Hawthorn last week.
Short one is on. Wiedemann inside the 50, and I suggest from here distance shouldn't be a problem.
Gee, that was bad defence, wasn't it, to leave this man? I think the first player who had the kick, Wigney, was certainly too far out to score, but now this guy,
yep,
real chance.
A big kick.
From right on the 50. No, miscues. Off hands and out of bounds in the opposite pocket. No, in fact, it crossed the boundary line before they touched it, so a Collingwood free down there. It was touch and go in every sense. Kelly's got some problems down there. Trussed up. Now he's free. And out of the back pocket, sends play towards the outer side half-back flank. In fact, he puts it out of bounds on the full. Well, poor kick that one. And Jarman just gives it across to Pittman. It's about 60 metres from goal. Just a sea of faces in the outer. Great atmosphere. Of course, all loaded one way in terms of support. This one drifts towards the pocket. Wigney was out. Arriving quickly, Liptak, but well over the boundary line.
So the left forward pocket for Adelaide. Collingwood lead. They've kicked a goal coming from Severio Rocker, thanks to the advantage of a 50-metre penalty. Liptak couldn't do the same for the Crows. Bone taken off the football by Pert. The Adelaide fans screaming for a free kick. It's not there. Smart goes after it. You can see the square, the goal square, just there. And the umpire will call for a bounce. Absolutely perfect conditions. If anything, it's perhaps just a little too warm, Gerard, maybe.
Well, it's certainly going to test all players. Very sultry or very warm conditions, as you say, Robbo, and we'll find out later in the course of the game.
Kerrison, kick well smothered by Liptak. Ball rebounds out towards half-back for Collingwood. First player back is Tregenza, close to the boundary line. Can he get past Richardson? He can. And he has a good look. Decides to bomb away to centre-half forward. Excellent mark. And Kelly, isn't it good to see him back there at centre-half back? I spoke to someone during the week who's very close to Collingwood, and Craig Kelly would prefer to play in defence. His kick goes in short, picked off by Fraser. Fraser's kick in towards the centre. Big Wren couldn't take the mark. Starcevic slips the tackle. Hand pass. Missed his target, which was McGuan. In goes Andrew Jarman. Very clever. Off to McGuinness, and Adelaide kicked the ball forward.
It's a very high kick. Liptak goes back. Kerrison, almost the one-hander. Bone in trouble. Woods got him down. Kerrison now an opportunity. Crashing in was Jarman. It ricochets towards Liptak. He does well in a tight situation. Didn't have the ball. Made something out of nothing. It's well inside the 50 now. Watson gets back, sensing the danger. The youngsters combine. This is Fraser. A couple of veterans there. One of whom, McGuan, alongside Short, takes the kick towards half-forward. Juggled mark. Lee, who's been a resolute defender all season long. An attacking defender. Sets things up from the back. Wren, sweeping hand pass out wide. Rashudo's got plenty of time. He takes most of it. McEwen confronts him. Rashudo runs around him now. Kicks down towards half-forward. Not a good kick, but Liptak's in front. Was he pushed in the back? Yes, he was. And Matthew Liptak will get the free kick forward of left centre wing.
A couple of bad kicks coming into the forward line from Collingwood. Mickey McGuan, one of the culprits. Short kick, Modra out of it. Gavin Brown, brilliant recovery. Tony Shaw gets past 50 metres from the Adelaide goal. He kicks it wide, looks for Starcevic and finds that player out in front of Jamieson.
And Sav Rocker has returned to his normal position at full back, being picked up by Pittman.
Full forward, I think he is. Gerard,
exactly,
isn't he, down that left-hand end? Richardson has the football. He transfers play into the centre. Monkhorst is marked right near the centre circle, looking to give the hand pass away. Kelly was the target, but Monkhorst will kick Collingwood into attack up near the 50-metre line. It's just inside that region. Here's Jarman striving to get clear and productively gets the handball to Bickley, and Adelaide out of trouble. Bickley's kick Looks out here for Bone. Should have held it. Collingwood have got the numbers as Watson gets back. Adelaide fans again screaming. Maybe the mark should have been paid. That kick from Watson with pinpoint accuracy finds Starcevic.
Good to see Bone back in the side. I agree with you there, Robbo. Should have been paid. Of course, Bone missed with concussion last week after a heavy clash against Jim Steins.
Smothered off the boot. Lee clears the zone back towards the wing. Wiedemann found some space in front of Watson. Takes the mark. Midway between the lines, half back and wing. Chips it out wide. McGuinness runs into space. And wants 50. Throw to the crowd. McGuinness holding his case on the ground. Yes, he should have got 50. McGuinness plays on. Francis nabs him, but the kick is off towards half forward. Smart goes up. Smart has it. Chip pass out wide. This is Bone right on the 50. Bacon goal square. He goes for it. Wigney got a hand to it. Modra behind. Almost too high. Away comes Brown. Brown boots it towards the outer side. I'm not sure that was the intention, but we'll take it. That's Richardson.
Yes, my word, a little fortunate there. Richardson with the football, kicks it in towards the centre. The mark taken by Starcevic, looking to give the hand pass away. He does. Tony Shaw, high kick. Collingwood mark nearly taken by Williams. Onto it is Rowe. A left foot kick by that player, goes close to the goal line. Getting back was Pittman. Brilliantly done McEwen. Gives his foot to it. It's a goal. Roddy McEwen, well done.
I think I can. Give Dad what he really...
11 points. Rucks go at it again. Monkhorst. A little deflection wide of the congestion. He slides after the ball. Tregenza's socketed it. Goes again. Pushed off it. He's going to get a free kick. Just tackled, and that was all. But he's got the ball just forward of the centre line. Goes for distance. A centred kick too. And Modra takes a terrific mark. Well, we saw the Jason Dunstall show up at the Gabba earlier today. Maybe a chance of an encore right here at Football Park. Watch this again.
Yes, it's just a pure leap here from Modra, and he's excited and entertained us all this season. He's made a quantum leap forward after only 21 goals from 8 games last year. He's now up to 114 goals from his 19 games this season, and he's finished as one of the game's superstars this year.
Just to pull it back to 5 points, and it's good. Modra gets his first. Adelaide post their first. It's 1-1 to 2 straight.
Yes, and Adelaide have restructured their forward line early in the piece. Smart has come out to the half-forward line and has been picked up by Tony Woods, which could present a bit of a problem, having a huge height advantage there. Wigney's dropped back to the forward pocket, and Gary Pert has taken him.
Well, still Tony Shaw trying to stir up Chris McDermott right near where the umpire's bouncing the football. Monkhorst up high, gets the tap out. Russell couldn't quite get his foot to the ball. McDermott's underneath. It's fed out before. Now the umpire could gain control of the football. He's going to call for a bounce. It's about 15 metres towards Collingwood's goal. Magpies have kicked 2 goals through McEwen and Rocker. And Modra has kicked Adelaide's goal. Chance now for Wren. Handball Anderson. Loves to get onto that left foot. A high kick. Modra! Oh, he's got it again. Has he not paid? No. Nearly a shepherding incident could have gone against him. Now a free kick will go to Collingwood for what the umpire indicating was a throw. So the football taken by Watson. He gets it across to Kerrison. Kerrison's high kick. Mark. Oh, look at that! Mark Rashuto. He's leapt about 8 feet in the air. A high kick out towards right half forward. And it's out of bounds. We'll have a look at Mark Rashuto.
Yes, from behind, a huge ride on Craig Starcevic.
That's why they come to the football. And, of course, to see their side getting the 6, and maybe that as well. Here's Russell in trouble, playing by Wiedemann. We've got a whistle, and I think it's going to be a Collingwood free. No, it's going to be the other way.
Well, Scott Russell emerged with that football and then just dropped it on the ground.
Quite right. Here's Anderson down towards right half forward. Modra's hot, so he goes towards him again. Juggled mark over the line, no good. The boundary umpire, I think, will intercede here. And I think he should. That ball was juggled across the line. Certainly Modra wasn't controlling it. When he got control, he was out of bounds.
Well, there's 50,000 Adelaide Crows fans disagreeing with you here, Dennis. Not surprisingly.
This is Kerrison. Now Woods with a bit of dash towards the back pocket. Nothing on towards the outer side. Kicks for space. Fraser is moving quickly. Tregenza. Oh, well played, Tregenza. Got it down to Anderson. This is Beckley. Beckley with the left foot. Spots McGuinness. He's at left half forward. Draws a man over the top. Tregenza on the 50. Could score from here. No, they'll contest. Oh, and going back, a very good mark was taken by Kelly. All eyes on Modra, but Kelly, the man in front, took the easy one. Modra a little too early into the air. Here's Francis. The crowd favourite so far. He's run into a couple of players. It seemed belatedly. Pert running off down the ground. Has it forward of half back. Good kick too. Chance for Shaw now. Collingwood can make something here. Goes inside the 50. Rocker. Well done.
Well, great example of corridor football there from Collingwood. Bringing the ball out of defence wide. Pert running from defence, linking the ball up. Magnificent kick towards Tony Shaw, who spotted the lead up forward from Rocker.
I guess you've got to say perhaps this man the biggest plus for Collingwood this season. A developing player. Twice this year he's put at 10 goals.
Good kick.
It's through.
3 goals straight. Adelaide 1-1. It's forced forward for Adelaide up towards their half-forward area, taken by Watson, and a quick kick by that player finds touch right on the players' interchange area, where I'm sure the fans down here in front of the grandstand would be feeling quite comfortable, but the ones out there in the sunshine, well, it's a warm day here at Football Park. Capacity crowd. Monkhorst at the back. Wren nearly beat him for it. Taken by McGuan. Quick kick centre half forward. Starcevic couldn't take the mark. Tries to get it clear. Now Williams. Handball good. Russell's in the clear. Should goal. And does. Scott Russell kicks his first goal, and Collingwood are doing everything right. It's reminiscent of Friday night when Geelong got away to such a good start against the West Coast. Collingwood lead 4 goals to 1-1.
Yes, good work there by Mickey McGuan. Collingwood have done well. They've blocked up the Crows in the middle of the ground. They've got one-on-one battles going all over the place. And then when they go forward, they're doing it well with pace and at the present time, classical foot skills.
Exciting start by Collingwood. Wren and Monkhorst, one down by the former that time. One of the few times so far. Tregenza in trouble, stood up in the tackle. McGuinness went to ground. Francis got him. This is Kelly. Time to get to his feet. Tregenza comes back into the fray. Now Wren, some indecision. The hand pass was sloppy. Great courage. Setting the example, Shaw. He's at the base of that pack. Oh. It's a free kick going against Collingwood. The throw, said the umpire.
No, I think he was penalised because he had a real good chance to get it out. Now it's going the other way. Anthony Antagonistics had another go, Dennis.
And another win. And speaking of antagonistic, another Anthony inside the 50, getting back, sensing the danger, almost the mark to Lee on his knees. Rashudo takes it away from the hand pass. He's booted it out wide. Tregenza right against the boundary line, kept it in, sets it up now for McGuinness. Had to wait for the bounce, but he's got plenty of space. Bone is on down the ground. Bone has it now. Liptak wants it in the middle. Liptak now, 60 metres from goal, can run. He could have gone closer to goal. He sets it up for the lead from Wigney. Wigney almost took the mark, stumbles, loses control. Attempted soccer by Pert, thought he was taken high, and Pert will get the free.
Well, maybe another 50-metre penalty here too. Gary Pert, I thought, was perhaps a little fortunate to receive the free kick, but Wiedemann, the second 50-metre penalty against him already in the game. And we've still got 8.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Collingwood 4 goals, Adelaide 1-1. Good start to the Pies. Well, Gary Pert just hesitating. Now he goes back to kick it long. And it's a terrific kick, 60 metres to the goal square. No mark taken. Jamieson leaves it for Jarman. And in turn, Scott Lee. He's getting it run down. Beautiful tackle. Very fair, very effective. Play goes on. Collingwood miss. Free kick now. Is that because the player missed the goal?
I think he bounced the ball as he was being tackled, constituting a throw. But I was a little bit critical of Brad Rowe initially. A forward pocket rover. He went for the big fly. Should have stayed on the ground, but a terrific second effort to follow up and make the tackle. Now a shot at goal.
The crowd pleading, pay the advantage, umpire.
Well, that's interesting. I thought I saw the umpire pay the advantage. He missed, so he can take it back. Well, he missed anyway, so I think that's a justifiable result there.
Right in the same alley.
Brad Rowe kicks behind as we have another look.
Well, that's play on for mine.
Well, he called play on. McGuan missed and then he took it back.
Here's Jamison. Kicks for the boundary, but Rowe reels it in. Little chip pass. McGuan will need to go. Juggled attempt at the mark down there. Unable to hang on was Rashudo. Eventually Jarman boots it towards midfield. Smart comes up. Juggled mark alongside the centre circle. And the Crows under the pump at the present time. Long towards Modra. Off hands Wiedemann. Back to Modra. Back to goal. About 40 metres out. Wiedemann again. Still Wiedemann lacking support. But a whistle. And the umpire's getting pretty involved in this game. Modra will get a free kick. Almost right on the 50.
Free kick's pretty square. 7 to Adelaide, 6 to Collingwood.
That's a lot for the time we've played.
Very similar to Friday night's game, where there was a hell of a lot of free kicks paid early in the piece.
Actually, the stats are pretty square all over, Dennis. 42 kicks to Adelaide, 41 to Collingwood.
Not on the scoreboard.
That's right. 18 points the margin. The kick hasn't got the carry, and well done by the man in front. I think it was Pert, angling the punch back and through for a minor score.
And if they are even, that would mean that the Crows are in deficit, because they average about 40 more possessions more than Collingwood, mainly in the handball area.
Kerrison kicks it to himself and then thumps it back near the centre. They're punched away there by McDermott. Ball near the point of the square. McGuan into Jarman's back. Umpire, no free kick. So he will come in and bounce. 4-1 to 1-2. No wind advantage, really. It's a fairly calm day, just a wafting breeze. Tregenza kicks it forward. Running onto it, Liptak. Ball spills into a vacant area. Liptak handball. McGuinness. Short kick. Look for Wigney. Too high for that player. Wiedemann. Watson. McGuan. Ball pretty hard to control. Smart. Can't get clear. Gets his foot to it. It bounces. And through for one behind to Adelaide. Kicked by Nigel Smart.
Yes, a good chase there from Gavin Woods. But I still maintain that Collingwood perhaps one mobile big man short in the defensive area. Woods just not being tall enough to cover Smart in the air.
Good kick in by Kerrison. Spotted Russell, who swings it out wide. This is Pert. Pushing up the ground constantly, close to the boundary line. Starcevic on the lead. Collingwood terrific so far. 4-1 to 1-3. Starcevic. Long kick inside the 50. Visca goes up. Couldn't hang on. Rowe comes through. Play on's the call. Well, explain that. Rowe, open goal, kicks it.
Whistle may be coming from the crowd.
Well, the umpire blew one.
Well,
he called play on.
There we go. Richardson now trying to crash his way through. Gets past Wren. Moncourt slips over. Taken away by Tregenza. Gathers. Handball. Wiedemann. No. Wren. Spills free for Fraser. Fraser a quick kick. Collingwood no messing around. It's at centre half forward. Tap clear. Andrew Jarman's a chance. Sweeping hand pass. Out into the path of Lee. Hell didn't have it. Scott Lee. Well done by Bickley. Gathers that awkward ball and then kicks it in towards full forward. Out in front. Good mark. Modra in front of his face.
Well, poor defensive skills there from Collingwood, in particular Mick McGuan, who elected to go the bump instead of laying tackles in the middle of the ground. As Randall Bone comes from the ground, and Brown is to get his first run for the afternoon. A bit more pace onto the ground.
Well, not much Gavin Brown could do there. Modra a chance to kick his second goal, and he's missed, much to the disgust of the fans. Just absolute silence. Nothing much to shout about when your star full forward kicks it behind from that area. Kick in, mark taken by Richardson at right half back for the Magpies. Transfers play into the centre. Not Tony Short, Scott Russell plays on quickly. Player on his own as Moncourt is going to get chopped off. Coming down there was Visca. Still a chance for Crows. Through Bickley, strong. Kick off the ground for Collingwood by Russell. Goes back towards centre-half forward. Gathered by McDermott. Got it away quickly for Lee. Lee's kick nearly smothered, but it got away effectively, and the gather by Bickley was quite brilliant.
Bickley on the wing in more ways than one. Boots inside the 50. Pert left it behind. Kerrison did well in a tight situation. Kelly's hand pass. Intercepted by Brown. Down he went. Liptak tries to knock it to McGuinness. He's in heavy traffic there. Watson kept his eye on the ball. Played it well. Down goes Brown. Pert in a tangle with him. And the ball up on the 50. Well, the crowd a little bit stunned here by the aggression of Collingwood to start this game. 5-1-1-4. Marvellous sight. Long shadows snaking across the ground in the late afternoon. Opportunity for Jarman. McDermott against the flow. Shrugs a tackle. Bit lucky. Kicks inside the 50. Watson will need to go in from the side. In fact, he opted out and he saw Kelly coming in the opposite direction. Here's Francis. The blistering speed of an ex-South Australian. Boots the ball towards the outer side, and it's taken out there by Shaw. It's great to see him back. Tony Shaw. His 12th game of the season. Likewise, Gavin Brown. Here's Williams storming away from the wing. Good-looking kick. McEwen in front. No free. Play goes on. Jamison on his knees. This is Rashudo. Away they come. The kick comes out wide. In front, Anderson. Still Anderson. Nicely done. Awkward one there for McDermott. Picked up by Russell.
His kick too high. Mark taken by Jarman. Well, the pressure just showing on both sides. A couple of mistakes there. We're well into this first term. There's a minute and a half left. McGuinness has got the football. Outer wing. Running brilliantly. Here's Tregenza. Up towards the 50-metre line. He thumps it to the square. Wigney at the back. Good mark taken by Pert, doing well across half-back. Handball away, Kerrison. Handball over the top. Watson set it up. Short kick. Not bad. McGuan very close to the ground. Mickey McGuan has played on. Short pass. Kerrison's run all the way from full back. Kick it quickly. Brown's right on your tail. In short. Goes over those players' heads. It was Visca and Brad Rowe. Brad Rowe with pace. Moves the ball to Williams. Here's another goal to Collingwood. Rocker will kick his third. It's all Collingwood. Rocker's kicked 3. The Magpies have got their 6th on the scoreboard, and they lead comfortably 37-10.
Well, this is getting to crisis time now for the Crows, and of course David Parkin a couple of weeks ago spoke of the difficulties that is playing sides that aren't aiming at the final 6, and they lost the game, Carlton, to St Kilda, and perhaps the Crows are having a similar set of difficult circumstances, because Collingwood certainly are playing with greater flair and also with greater intensity. There's been a change in the middle. Tony Shaw's gone on to Andrew Jarman. McGuan has gone on to McDermott.
Surely Adelaide playing for their finals chance, Dennis.
And you would have said the same against Carlton yesterday against Sydney, I guess.
They weren't going to miss out, though.
Out of the middle, Liptak inside the 50. Well done by Brown up in front. Kerrison, he's been good so far. Watson has it. Kicks it out wide. Liptak leads back in the race now. Well done by Pert. Found a yard. Liptak on his knee. Got it across to Anderson. Anderson dribbles a kick down towards the 50. Watson gets across, and he's content to run it out of bounds. And this crowd crying for everything at the moment. Still a long way to go for that young man. He looks a little nervous. That's in keeping with the majority of this crowd. Brown gets it to Wiedemann. Across the face of goal. Wigney. Committed there twice. It'll be a free kick, I think, to the Crow in Wigney, but in relative terms, those Collingwood players terrific. Both of them oblivious to the pain or anybody around them. They committed totally, and Wigney a bit lucky here. He was the man who was thinking about self-preservation. He's got the kick after the siren.
The Flying Magpie.
Something of a bonus here. So Adelaide, who spent 16 weeks in the top 6 this season, really confronted now, challenged by the Magpies. Collingwood are humming. And I guess they're humming a pretty happy tune up at Geelong at the present time. Wigney from just outside the 50 has missed to the near side. Disappointing turn for the Crows. 6-1 to 1-4 Collingwood lead. And how about that for a start?